Greater Western Sydney Giants. And for Collingwood, Adam Treloar, first game against his old team. What a massive day for him. Mumford stalking the ruck against Grundy, and a good crowd in here. We're underway. Grundy, little flick down. Immediately, Cornelio gets it out. Kick towards half forward by Ward, marked by Reid. So nice start by him at half back. Side bottom, side steps. Didn't like what he had on offer by foot. Goes wide. McCaffer gave it back inside 50, and that was poor, that delivery. Davis cuts it off with ease. McCaffer, one of the ins for Collingwood, 5 ins. McCaffer for Solo, White, and Marsh as well into the lineup, as well as Adams against his old team. Back towards the wing. Stevie J lurks. Brown knocks it down. Whitfield had a piece of it. Crisp, who was best on ground the last time these two teams met. So he'll be looking to have an impact, and here he is on cue, Crisp. He got the 3 Brownlow votes. Gave it to Sinclair. Kicks inside 50. Cloak turned inside out. Couldn't get back onto it. Couldn't lay a tackle. Might still be alive for him. Gathers. Gave it up. Varco bends it around. Golden start, Collingwood.
It wasn't a great kick going into the forward 50 by Sinclair, I think it was, but Travis Cloak got back, made a contest, butted up, got the crumb and dished it out to Travis Varco, who got front and centre to the contest and kicked a great goal. They're pretty tall up forward, Jace, but as long as they can create the contest and bring it to the ground and some small forwards can get down there, they might be okay.
So back in the middle. Mumford and Grundy to do it again. Ward and Pendlebury stand side by side. Downs favoured Mumford, but he knocks it in Pendle's direction. Couldn't pick it and go though. Mumford saddles him up and holding the ball. So dragged it in was the free. Shane Mumford's free gives to Cornelio. Squeezes wide. Changed his boots to Green, warmed up in a different pair. Gave it off to Kelly. And it's bending, but not enough.
I like the fact he did change his boots, Dwayne. It means he's thinking about it. You see a lot of footballers don't do that. You see a lot of footballers slip these days. They take the punt on the smaller sprigs.
Long kick, Howe. Got in position with Green. Good hassling, Kelly. Good tackle.
Great tackle.
And did get a kick away. And Green content initially to flick it back to Shield. Kicks inside 50. Cameron manhandled. Ball to Pendlebury at the back. Side bottom. Pendlebury, Marsh. Boundary line looming. And good smother across the boundary.
How clever was the inside 50 from Dylan Shield? Didn't take possession, just tapped it down onto his boot and got it in there quickly.
Talking about the deck, Jace, a lot of rain here yesterday, so
a little soft.
Could easily be soft.
Mumford knocks down Stevie J. It's his first chance to create a bit of magic. Ward bends it around, kept it alive. Green, Lobb, both under it. Rory Lobb. Steele to the top of the square. Patton attacks it, and he protected Cameron beautifully. He had his eyes on the Sherrin right up until the moment he realised that Cameron was in a better spot.
Move out, please. Thank you. 15 gone.
There's his all-time, all grounds this spot. Made the goal umpire do a bit of bouncing, but it's there, and the Giants in front.
Well, he's one of the players they'll be looking to, the Giants, as we have that run into the finals, and then they're hoping to go deep into September. But Jeremy Cameron is a player that has huge raps on him, but he hasn't quite unleashed himself on the competition. We know he burst onto the scene in his first year, and he's a very, very accomplished player. But he's still yet to dominate games. He has the ability. He has all the weapons. Just got to put them all into play, and that's a great start for his confidence.
See the Giants jumper with a difference today as part of the AFL's multicultural round. Great initiative by the AFL, and Fantastic pre-game here as well, it must be said. But this is the big show now. Ward tries to drag it away. He's wrapped up, ball up.
Have you seen Cameron's year, Jace? Is he on full cylinders yet, or still got a little bit more improvement to go?
I think it's been solid without being spectacular.
Shield hammers it inside 50 again. Lob, Reed, both had a touch on it, neither had a possession. Scully flicks it out. Ward, who's dominating. Kelly already had a sighter from this spot. Doesn't miss 2 in a row.
Now, I think you hit the nail on the head, Dwayne. He'd had one shot that he probably wouldn't have been happy with. He probably expected to kick both of them, but he was never going to miss from there. They created the space. Callum Ward got the hand pass out. It was a good option because the left footer was perfectly placed. Rather than give it to Stevie Johnson, who was another option for him, he had Kelly, the left footer, a little wider in space. Absolutely perfect, and he made no mistake.
Collingwood are going to do something around the stoppages. It's 4-zip at the moment. They won both centre clearances, GWS, and the contested ball is 11-3 early in this contest.
Mumford held his ground nicely. Cornelio, Ward gives it off to Williams, and again they're inside 50 and over the back. Patton all on his lonesome.
Well, they're going to have a field day, the Fords, if they run through the middle of the ground like that. Nathan Buckley would be extremely frustrated, asking what's going on in that centre square at the moment. 3-zip.
It's going to be interesting in 3-4 years' time who we end up saying is the best of the midfielders they've currently got. Kelly, Green, Shield. Callum Ward's about to play his 100th game for this club and be the first one to do it. Outstanding in the midfield still. In the meantime, Patton misses to the near side. They've got some guns.
He won't want to waste too many opportunities like that. Jonathan Patton needs to get himself rolling as well.
Howe thumps it wide. White makes a contest, knocks it down. Side bottom.
Risky handle.
Blair under the hammer. Mops up that little mess. Saw Maynard, ignored it, and it got to him off hands anyway. Scrubber kick to Goey out of his reach. Shaw against his whole team, of course. Pendlebury. Cornelio, arms free. Kelly threw it away. McCaffer. Pendlebury. Delightful sidestep. Cloak's direction. Davis. Good fist. Crisp for Solo. Pendlebury.
A lot of players slipping over.
And that's probably the reason why Green changed his boots. Yep. Reed, in the meantime, puts it in Moore's direction. Love the way he floats in.
Well, he just read it so much better than Tomlinson. Then he jumped at it, and he ended up about a metre in front of Tomlinson in the air. So, a great mark.
And it's interesting, whilst that might have been you're saying read it better, perhaps Tomlinson just didn't think he could jump that high to get to that point. So it might be an advantage that Moore has in terms of the sprint.
There he gets some beautiful hang time. Can he finish? To the near side.
Don't have to watch too many tapes of Darcy Moore to see that he can run and have a crack at him.
Yeah, he's yet to get a NAB Rising Star nomination for this season. He's got to be due at some stage. Having a pretty good year, and though he's missed a few. Gee, Williams was under the pump there.
That was an aggressive kick out from Shaw, but Williams made it look good.
Yeah, fortune favouring the Braves. Shaw outside of the boot, just the required 14, if you like. Shield or Davis.
She's there flirting with danger down back.
Well, we heard Nathan Buckley in the interview talk about they like to chip it around down back, and if they're on their ball, they're going to get some intercepts here, Collingwood. They just haven't been able to do it early.
Tomlinson, one of the inclusions for the Giants for today's game. Back in, Adam Tomlinson, short. Johnson drops it. When it's too easy for Stevie J. Kennedy
Another
slips. Absolutely.
I don't think enough of them changed their boots, and while all that was going on, Zach Williams has hobbled off for GWS. He looks to be quite a bit of difficulty on the boundary line, Moons.
Yeah, spot on, Chav. He's just down here. He looks in a real bit of trouble at the moment. He's just about to sit down and take this boot off. Because in that marking contest, obviously, he's rolled the ankle. He's just going to get assessed now.
Shield rolls it towards the boundary. They've been paying that deliberate occasionally. He just got there in time, Devon Smith, to stop it from being. Here's another one back in this week, Devon Smith. 5th game of the season. Missed a few with that knee, had some surgery. Waited till it was 100%. Grundy rips it out of the air. And cut off by Patfull. To Shaw. To Lobb. Good hands. And we've said that a bit about Rory Lobb this year, especially inside 50. More marks inside 50 this year than any other Giant.
Such a good target to kick to. If you just put it in the air and give him a chance to run and jump at it, more often than not, he'll get it.
Oh, Kelly, the shark, delightful. Stevie J from Green flicks it back in the Kelly direction to Ward, streaming forward. One of the great team goals of the year, that.
Well, they just moved the ball, I would say, better than anyone else in the competition, Dwayne. I think most people would agree with that. They just can run at speed and keep the ball on the body. Didn't quite happen here with Stevie, but look at that for a give.
Right,
Don't mind. And again, and botted up. And Ward's still running, reading that from probably 100 metres away to get to the top of the square and kick the goal. So really good ball movement there by GWS. Fantastic stuff.
Time you jump. Straight back.
There's Zach Williams. This is the mark that he took, which was a very difficult position. He's obviously landed awkwardly. Could be an ankle issue.
So it's that right ankle down here, guys. He's just doing some run-throughs at the moment. He's a little bit proppy. He looks a little bit sore, but I think he'll come back on.
Ward, again, it's following him. Kennedy, one of the ins for the Giants as well, overruns it. Flick up, handball work to Goey. Gets it further on. Crisp from 40. They need one. And he blows it wide.
One in, guys.
Probably had a little bit more time. Jack Crispy had Tomlinson done for speed because he had to change direction.
You.
Haynes, all through his grasp. Side bottom. Marsh.
Mine.
Tough ball for Cloak. Kept it in front at least. Bustled out of it legally. Ward. Whitfield. Johnson. One hand on it, not the second. Marsh tries to push off. He's gone. Reece Palmer wrapped him up.
Yeah, well done, Palmer. Just that real light rain that we had when we were out on the ground pre-game, Jace. It's just got the ball a little bit slippery.
Steve Johnson a little dazed at the moment. Patton,
Good hands.
leads up. He waits for somebody a little taller to get inside 50. Pulled the kick last second, and that was sensational. Whitfield maybe just beyond his range.
A metre. Thank you.
Just about classy enough if he was felt like it. Have a little ping at this one, Jace.
Another one of their #1 pick priority access players. Lobb's lurking, big pack. Oh, and Patton, big clutch front spot.
Well, use your strengths. This bloke is a man mount. He has muscle and bulk and the ability to hold his position. There was a big pack looking to fly and take the big hanger over the back, but he just stood in front, reached up, took it at the strongest point and wore all the contact that was coming.
15 gone.
Couldn't miss this one, I wouldn't have thought.
This is for 4 goals in a row for the Giants after Collingwood kicked the opener. Some danger signs early.
14 marks to 4 as well now, Jace, getting in top in that area. Kicking efficiency 78% to 42, which is a huge difference.
It's also 51 possessions to just 29, so even though Collingwood got that perfect start, it's now GWS monopolising possession. 6-2 the clearances, 3-1 in the centre clearances. They've got to get some early use of the footy, the Pies.
There's the tale of GWS's season. Just a massively improved season on where they were before. Have surprised probably everyone in the competition. I think too many people thought they were going to be genuine premiership contenders at the start of the year.
Yeah, I reckon they're probably 12 months ahead of what people were expecting now.
And good news, Williams is back on and hammered that one forward. Howe got there to cut it off at least. Back to Howe. Cloak under this, wide. Stays in the field of play. McCaffer. Varco. Sparkling pickup. kick outside of the boot to Fasolo. Thinks about the handball, gives it up. Aish.
Yep.
And they're back in it.
Well, they fought their way pretty well through that one. Varco is looking dangerous, and they're going to need some leg speed around the forward 50, Jace, with those big fellas that they got up there. Here's McCaffer, just gets it on to Varco. This was quite a good kick. Looked a little bit of a mongrel off the boot, but he knew what he was doing. Got to Fasolo, who gave it to Aish, and Aish finished. So, good goal by Collingwood. Much needed.
Trade for pick 31 and a second-round pick at the end of this year. James Aish starting to find it a bit more, which is good news. Pendlebury flicks it in Grundy's direction. Whitfield beelined him. Crowd didn't think it was a legal disposal. Adams shoots it out. Shield was right on the spot. Whitfield gang tackled again. De Goey and Aish get a ball up. Taylor Adams back in. Hamstring problem. 31 games for the Giants. Second season at the Magpies now. Flicked out in the end by Smith. Varco. And a roller from De Goey. Blair couldn't trap it and go. Varco tries to get it and go. Shield, Green, caught, Howe, dragged down. And not a legal possession. We'll have to come back though. It's not Marnard's ball to spend.
Don't hold him.
Moore's lurking in the pocket. Howe doesn't head toward him. Reed puts it over Marsh's head. Go and get that. Grundy wobbles one inside 50, and that's not the way they wanted to enter.
He didn't even know where he was going with that kick. He was under pressure, and if you like that, at least put some height on it. Let you know your team can compete in the air.
Yeah, if you're going to kick it blindly like that, you might as well let Howe kick that one initially in and get it in quickly. Here's Howe on cue. Ball scoots to the back, and we'll get a ball in.
Yeah, just seeing Stevie Johnson down here at the moment, guys, getting that left eye looked at. He gets poked at just here. He cops one there, and he's got a fair bit of blood and scratch all the way down his side of his face there, just near that left eye. So just getting fixed up now, guys.
Smith, centering ball. Brown got there. Green, the crumb. Sidestep was good. Handball put Patton under too much pressure. Maynard breaks clear. Wide for Cloak, but that'll do. They can reset. And Stevie J looks like he's about to come back on. So, in essence, they've poked the bear here. Gave him one to the eye, and he's about to head back on and make them pay for it. Free kick, Mumford dragged down. Patton's hot. Front spot, Marsh. Geez, turn that over almost. Cameron, can he get there? Adams is with him. Cameron almost content to let that bounce out.
We're right up close to Marsh in the pre-game, and he's a big lump of a lad. Don't worry about that. But he's had both hamstrings operated on before, which I've never heard of.
Two of the biggest scars that look like zips down the back of his thighs.
Yeah, exactly. So, big unit.
And back in after a calf problem. Varco to penalty, back to Varco. Still under pressure. Varco hammers it to the wing. Haynes. This crowd enjoying it.
They can play this bloke, Haynes.
Absolutely. It's wide towards Ward. Good contest. Knocked it down. Steele. Shield. And the pick off. Blair. For Solo. Collingwood have some space to use here.
They've got some numbers running forward, the Pies.
White. Sits it up for Moore. Good hands again. Oops. Maybe it wasn't the option, Blair, but it could work. The 1-2. Moore heads for home. Goal square. Cloak turned his man inside out and turned back the clock.
Well, that's exactly what everyone at Collingwood wants to see, Jace. He just stuck his big frame at the top of the square and clunked it, but really good ball movement. That's probably the best ball movement by Collingwood all day.
And the kick from Darcy Moore was first class. It was a mismatch. All he had to do was get it up in the air and long. It was Cloak against Zach Williams. He's twice the size of him. Should mark that every time.
Amazingly, he's missed a few from here over time. Doesn't miss this. And if Cloak's back, maybe Collingwood could be back.
Absolutely. This is a really good fight back. 4 goals to 3. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Started at half back, the smother on the Dylan Shield kick. This is an absolute beauty. And then they were away. Fantastic stuff there from Josh Smith. I think it was with the smother. And then they moved the ball well. And it looked like he'd given the handball too early initially, Darcy Moore, but then he got back to it and he just had to get the ball down to that mismatch.
We've talked about it a bit. They've never lost it to the Giants, Collingwood. And last year when they met, they blew them away fairly easily as well by 42 points. So with a good team in today, maybe they are a chance of an upset. Pendlebury rolls it to half forward. Blair stalking it. Haynes kept his feet. Missed his target with the handball. Side bottom for Solo. Gone.
Good tackle from Davis.
Been 32 disposals to 10 in the last 7 minutes, Collingwood's way.
Kennedy corralled rather nicely, hits wide. Cameron comes up. Brown with the fist. Smith having a big roll. Treloar short. Oh, just past a couple. Haynes kick not so good though. Maynard.
They're really missing Heath Shaw at the moment, guys. He's been on the bench for the last 5 or so minutes, and they've really missed him coming off that half-back.
They're not going to allow Shield to play on. Well, one umpire called it back, and one umpire said, keep going. Play on advantage has been given.
The central umpire, Dwayne, called it back, didn't he?
He did.
So, did he just panic and let it go there, or?
Maybe the other umpire overruled him and said there was continuation.
There's a wobbly old kick there initially from Nick Haynes. We always get the benefit of a replay. And he just follows it on there. And that is
His arm's still up in the middle.
But that's as continuous a passage of players you'd see. Why not pay the advantage?
Yep.
And I don't think any of the chasing Collingwood players stopped. So to me, that had no impact on the result.
Chased the momentum a little bit though. Collingwood had a good 6 or 7 minute patch. 32 plays 20.
Face the footies, Wade, don't hold.
Mumford swooped away though.
Oh, too high.
Not paid. Mumford flicks one out. Whitfield. Pressure on the kick at least. Patton and Reid tie up. Patton free, just beyond his range.
Plenty of numbers back the Pies, and they've done well to work back quickly.
See, Travis Cloak has worked the whole way down to the oval. He's now down at the top of the square. Could have an impact if they bomb it in long here. That's massive work ethic by the big forward.
This will show us what sort of Bruce Jonathan Patton's got. I reckon if he sinks that whole leg into it, it could travel.
So the man on the mark is 52 out. He's allowed to creep forward another metre. Patton opens it up. He spanks it. It won't have the distance. And it hits the behind post, I think, out on the full.
Yeah, the big arc out to the right, looking for that extra distance around the corner kick to eke out every inch of distance he could with the kick.
Problem is they called play on and he went too far off. Didn't they probably cost him a couple?
Brown too wide for Cloak and White to tempt the mark. Stays in the field of play for a split second.
Interesting that Travis Cloak would push that whole way down there. I don't think he would do that normally. Just trying to do that extra bit of work for the team, try and help. Some big bodies down there for GWS, so not a bad move.
Mumford, Grundy tie up, neither get near it. Whitfield scrambles it inside 50 and playing in front at position 1A. Patton is within range this time.
That's the one you've always got to be looking for as a forward. when there's a stoppage just outside 50, it's that quick scramble kick forward. You've got to be taking a step almost as the ball is coming to ground to be forward over fourth possession, just to make sure you've got that front position. That's what Patton had. Now he gets a shot for goal.
Already got one. Takes his full quarter of time. Set up looked pretty good. Hit it sweet. He's got two.
Which is a high-scoring game, and part of the reason, I mean, Patton is getting his hands to the ball inside the forward 50, no doubt about that, but Big Mumford's having a big influence on this game as well. Let's have a look at Patton for the moment, though. Just read it slightly better than Reed. And as Jason said, you've got to be in front.
It's a good first quarter, Roo. He's had 5 possessions and 4 marks.
Yeah.
There's 2 goals, 1. So this is the sort of presence they've been looking for. We've got a blood rule here. It looks like it's against Stevie Johnson. Now, we know he came off before to have that eye looked at. And he's going to have to come off again. Departs with a few well-chosen words to a few around him.
He's not short on advice.
He doesn't normally miss, does he, Stevie J?
What a character and what a season he's having, Steve Johnson.
Could he be All-Australian, do I know?
Well, the beauty of it is he's probably going to play in 2017, given his form in 2016. And he's, of course, wearing the number 17 that Adam Treloar used to wear. So the jumper's been put to good use.
Just saw the ranking points. It's the big blokes doing the damage for GWS, Mumford and Patton at the top of the tree.
Oh, Mumford, beautiful flick.
Oh, he's giving him first hand there.
Kelly around the body again. They're quickly into attack. Lob got there, wrapped up. Good tackle, Howe.
Hit out to 11-3, Mumford, or 11 to Mumford, 3 to Grundy. Look at this. As a midfielder, you are licking your lips if you can see your ruckman doing that. You start taking a bit of a punt, you start running wider and do a bit more space.
Green. Crisp. Wasn't crisp with his pickup. Cornelio. Crisp again. Treloar got it away. Smith. Whitfield. Good spot to hit with a centering kick. Marsh. Drives it wide to McCaffer. Hunted down by Shaw. Oh, he knows him pretty well. Know each other pretty well. Good battle between the two. Adams. To Cloak. And getting his hands on a few now.
Yeah, it's good to see him hitting up and leading at the footy, attacking it. That's a really good mark. He got that 5-metre break on Phil Davis.
Sits it up long. Moore, can he get there for the jump? Just bumped on the jump attempt. Williams.
Good kick.
Davis. Palmer. Ball use pretty good so far. Steele. Who does he want? He's got Patton, centre half forward. He goes back and waits. Palmer.
Yeah, good lead by Patton.
Gee, made him work. Put it out in front, couldn't get anywhere near it. Sinclair. Brown. Trike up to the wing. Hammered by Davis on the kick, but he kept it in. McCaffer turned inside out. Moore. Little slip, and that slippery turf again. He's in trouble. Got it out just in time. Side bottom. Dying minutes opening term. Shaw squeezes it wide. Steele.
Great run, Patfull.
And he can keep going. Sits it up high. Cameron's under this one. Feeds back. Palmer wrapped up. And Cameron steals one.
Clever use there of the foot by Jeremy Cameron to get his second goal in the first quarter. Looked like he was going to take the chest mark, had his body in perfect position, but the Collingwood defender just come over the top and got the fist to it. And good tackle. Another goal to big Jeremy. High scoring first quarter, that's 10 goals already.
Pretty happy with it too. One of those where all of a sudden the ball spills out and you're right on the goal line. That's a bonus.
Just when we thought Collingwood was having a purple patch, the lead's out with the biggest margin of the game. 24 points. 1 minute left to go. The opening term goes wide. Adams doesn't want to waste it. To Goey. Pendlebury. To Fasolo. Up. Got one hand to it. Ward. Little flick wide was pretty good to set it up. Tomlinson has started all. Back to Tomlinson. Back to the back pocket to Whitfield. Ran into a roadblock, turned it over. Maybe a chance for a late one to Collingwood. And Howe just overtook it to side bottom. Or did side bottom misread it? Ball still alive here for Collingwood. In the middle, De Goey bumped late, downfield, and maybe Crisp is within range.
Let it go. Here, Adam Fish, I'll go through in a sec. Footy, come down, mate.
Is Crisp within range?
I'll tell you what, that's a very generous mark from the umpire because he actually went and marked it outside the 50.
He sits it up, top of the square. Cloak! Oh! Not the third grab, gets his own crumb. Kick smothered, seconds keep ticking. Canelio, Williams. Gee, it's an exciting opening term. Crowd enjoying every second of it. Back to Canelio. Sidestep, but missed his target with the handball. Smith, back inside 50. Dying seconds. Davis on the siren, holds it up. And at quarter time, spotless stadium with the home team, the Giants, hoping to hunt down second spot on the AFL ladder tonight. They lead in a high scorer by 24. As a key forward.
Need a big lift from Brodie Grundy here in the centre square. Just at least has to compete. He cannot flick the ball around in the air, Mumford, otherwise there's no hope.
24 points the margin to start this second term.
That's
Mumford,
better.
Grundy, beautiful palm down, but Treloar going nowhere.
As long as the ball just comes down in the small area, the midfielders can play with that. They can handle that.
79 games for the Giants. Treloar against his old team the first time, and he gets a handball out on cue to Crisp. The Cloak, lace out.
Now, isn't it great to see Travis Cloak leading at the footy and getting some decent kicks to give him an opportunity? And that's something we don't see enough of. We see so little of the forwards hitting up like that. They're always looking for that long kick to take it deep so you can defend better if there's a turnover.
You win your centre clearances, and that's the best time for a forward, isn't it? You get one-on-one. Bit of space.
2 goals is the most Travis Cloak has kicked in a game this year. He's lining up for number 2. Put the momentum back Collingwood's way. Good centering kick, top of the square.
Yep.
And Moore can't take the mark. Haynes still not outside 50, and Howe floats in. Howe-like. He's got a trademark on that. But can he finish?
At least they get a second opportunity. Look, it's great to see Travis Cloak getting involved, but that shot missed by a long, long way. Now, Jeremy Howe gets an opportunity. One thing we know he can do, he's very good in the air.
Part of that trade over summer, pick 37, and Ben Kennedy. His best ever game, goals-wise, was against the Giants when he kicked 4, and that doesn't score.
They wouldn't want to waste chances. Yeah, they wouldn't want to waste too many opportunities, Dwayne. You can't afford to against a powerful team like GWS.
And played on outside the boundary line that time, Haynes, so it's going to be a ball in.
That's rarely called. It's technically correct.
Because they got shepherded.
Well, he took off and he went at an angle. He didn't come straight in, and that's only marginal. That's a very technical decision. You can see him there.
Gee, very technical.
Yep. Back into play. Collingwood get a break. Shaw can't get it away. Good dumping tackle, keeps it in the area.
So in theory, he should be running straight at his goal, but he's running virtually along the boundary line, which is a little off the mark. But
millimetres.
That rarely gets called.
Haynes, he ran into a roadblock in Moore. Too high.
I thought that was a good contest from Darcy. Moore held his ground.
Steele. Whitfield, good grab with the flight. Johnson Oh, and he put him in space. The release handball, Whitfield's away. Just didn't sit for him so he could go. Scrubby kick. Green almost made it look okay. Marsh. Cameron went low, flicks it out. Adams. To Fasolo. Got there. Collingwood fans starting to find voice. There's a few here. Well, they're everywhere, really. Back to Adams.
Thanks, Lockie. Play on.
Crisp.
Thanks, Toby. Play on. Go, Toby.
Smith.
Hold there. Thanks. Play on.
Side bottom.
Play on. B.
Opens it up to White, and it got there.
Well, this is terrific because they're starting to hit targets, the Pies. This is what you've got to do. You've got some big key forwards. You've got Jesse White, Travis Cloke, Darcy Moore. Give them opportunities. That's another terrific kick, honouring the lead straight up the corridor. But these are the ones that the forwards have to convert. So Jesse White has to keep his end of the bargain now and kick this goal from directly in front.
Collingwood will tell you he's in good form. 32 possessions, 12 marks in the VFL last week.
Yeah.
Forced his way back in, and he is in form. Been a big week for Adam Treloar, and he spoke this week about playing against his old mate, Big Mummy.
It was funny, actually, when I said goodbye to Mummy, basically, when I was up there. I was at the best of fairest, and Mummy goes, "Oh, mate, I'm going to miss you, and I love you, but don't think that's going to change when we get out there. I'm going to try and kill you." And I said, "Oh, thanks, mate. I appreciate it."
Shane Mumford turned 30 this week, and he did get a happy birthday text from Adam Treloar. You can't soften up Big Mummy, though.
No.
And here he goes on cue for us, out of the middle. Flicks a handball away. Pendlebury did well. And Treloar got a touch on cue. Grundy. Treloar. He slips and he flicks it. Grundy wide. Scully stands under it. Big fly. Moore knocked it down. Back to Pendlebury. And again another slip.
Gee, he just dropped the ball on the ground.
Mumford. Cloak. Grundy. Treloar. To some booze. Kick smothered. Mumford. Treloar. The steal again.
They keep giving it back, GWS.
Marco. And Cloak just barrels it out of the area. Fasolo, ugly bounce. Good bounce for White, although he couldn't wrap up. He went to hip and shoulder, I'm sure.
What's wrong with the tackle?
Tackle would have caught him dead. Williams. There's the tackle. Dead. Gone.
That's the sort of defensive pressure you want. Create the turnovers and now opportunities.
Jagowie wide to Howe. He's got Cloak in the goal square. Heads in his direction. It's wide. Too wide.
This is Jesse White with an option. What do you do? Wrap your arms around him and grab him and throw him to the ground in a full body tackle.
They've been pretty good at that today so far, Collingwood.
Yep.
The tackle numbers are actually 31-15 in their favour, so...
Adams. That looks good off the boot. He loves it. Against his old team.
Well, that's been a terrific start, and where they've been good in this second term is with the clearances. We spoke about the clearances being 14-5 in favour of the Giants in the first term. Well, Collingwood have won 3 of the first 4, and on that occasion there, a forward line stoppage results directly in a goal. Good tap from Grundy. We've been sitting here singing the praises of Mumford. That was terrific ruck work from Brodie Grundy.
And you can see how important he is, Grundy. When he plays well, Collingwood generally win. You can see some big games there. And in this second quarter, hit out to 4-2, Collingwood's way, and they're winning the clearances and kicking goals as a result.
And Grundy up high, got his own clearance outside of the boot. Scully knocks it down. Williams. Kelly dumped away. Crisp. Grundy.
Williams down behind plate.
For the second time, Haynes. Varco, good tackle, ran down Tomlinson.
They've lifted, the defensive pressure of the Pies has lifted.
Fasolo centering kick. Cloak. High contact against Cloak.
He was just holding his ground. Having said that, I thought he was in a position to mark and probably should have mark the ball, Cloak, because again, he got a mismatch.
Shield. Kennedy. Back to Shield. Oh, he ran through the two of them with ease. And off he goes. Put Scully under the hammer. Steve Johnson didn't know it was coming. Smith back to Howe. Collingwood with players on the rebound. He drives it long. Big Jesse. Open goal. Plays on. Rams it through.
Well, they might have got a bit of a talk to at quarter time about just toughening up a little bit in the centre of the ground, and the forwards are reaping the rewards of it. It's 6 inside 50s to zip in this second quarter, Jason. Great kick by Howe. He saw Jesse White bolting towards the goal, and it was a perfect kick. Did not have to break step. And another goal to Collingwood. Fantastic start here. Let's have a look at the reason why Williams went down for a second time. Didn't really see much in that, to be honest.
From the restart, Grundy getting his own ball. And there is Williams. So he looks okay. Howe edged out of it, legally according to the umpire. Reed, handball smothered. Smith, sidestep was delightful. And the kick just as good for long.
Done, Smith. Well done, Devon Smith. That was classy.
They need a steadier GWS because the Magpies are on the march early. 3 early goals in the second term. They need this.
Call for Brodie Grundy at quarter time, Jace. He has delivered so far.
He's going.
I was with you there, Joe. I thought he was
He's going around the corner on his left.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Rory Lobb
Bring it in.
is exceptional for a pick 29. Slow, deliberate approach. Gee, crisp contact, and they lead by 2 goals.
Hasn't seen a lot of it, Rory Lobb, but that is a very, very important kick for him. Just his first touch of the second quarter, 4 touches overall, and this is the good work in the build-up from Devon Smith. He doesn't have a classical approach for his kicks. He leaks out to the right, but he has a very good grasp on where it's going, Rory Lobb. That's a beautiful kick off the boot.
Big Grundy, Brodie, we've been talking about him, but he's had 7 disposals in this second quarter, leading everyone. Treloar's had 5, and the best for GWS is Williams on 3.
So up they fly again. Grundy did well again, and he gets it back from Adams. Kick might work. Haynes has it, but they've got him, and they'll get a ball up at half forward.
It's been good defensively, Jared Blair.
Place the footy!
Grundy again, first hand on. Adams flicks it back. Smith, good pick up. Sinclair, he's got the outrider. It's Howe. Treloar knows where they are here. Make good contact across the face. Davis. Haynes. Steadying possessions here. Holding it up. Waiting. Smith.
Back a metre. Right there. Play on.
Palmer.
Back a metre. Right out. Jesse, move out, please.
Good zone set up by Collingwood though. Slows them down. Howe lurking. Couldn't get the big jump. Flicked out the ward somehow. Cornelio. Smith. Got his arms free. Palmer. Keeps it low to Johnson. Hasn't seen a lot of it yet. Opens it up inside to Steele. Great delivery. Oh, he ran into Aish. Should have run into a brick wall. Gave it to Patfull. Handball a little untidy. Sinclair through Grundy's legs. Slaps it out. Back to Ward. Back to Cornelio. Scrambles to Mumford. Came through like a train. Get in his way. Williams. And somehow Stevie J. Right spot, right time again.
He had a couple over the top if he wanted them, but he's directly in front, 35 out, so should make the most of this opportunity.
Probably means a left foot banana snap somehow.
Only had the 3 touches so far, Stevie J.
28 goals this season. 480 career, and that was never in doubt. And they steady.
Tends to only kick the ball as far as he needs to. Stevie Johnson doesn't go overboard in terms of pumping it through post high. But have a look at big Shane Mumford coming through. You wouldn't want to be in front of him.
Oh, Treloar was one of the players there. We just heard from him earlier. He just happened to get out of the way of the big mummy coming through.
It was a very convenient slip just here, Roo.
Yep.
Turned 33 years of age this week. Steve Johnson.
Bit of a shiner there, Dwayno.
What a pickup he has been. He's in for another final series. Oh, this is tracking. Ward bombs it long, goal square, just knocked away by Brown. Read it well. Hatton's got a couple of goals next to his name. Cameron has a couple. If he's just joined us. Jesse White's got a couple for Collingwood fans, if you've just flicked on. Ball flicked to the hot spot. Collingwood had a player waiting, and Smith blows it across the boundary. Shaw. He pumps it goal square. How? Monster leap, and Palmer across the face. He was in the clouds.
Runners out of the 50.
That was the highest leap I've seen this year.
Thank you.
Oh, he got the spring.
He go for the fist in the end.
Yeah, and then Jack Steele wasn't happy because he was in the goal square all on his own.
Back into play. Aish, put away. Oh. Straight to Steele. Punched on the line. Brown to the boundary, and Smith content.
He's got to kick those snaps with height there, Steele. You take the defenders out of the play. Let's have a look at this jump. Up he goes. Oh, on Brown.
It's a big jump to spoil the footy, isn't it?
Oh.
If you're going to go that high, you may as well take mark at the century.
A scramble here. You can throw a blanket over 15 of them. Big pack. Fire circles, and we'll ball it up. See how much space there is if Collingwood can get it out.
Let him go, let him go, let him go.
8-3 the clearances in favour of Collingwood in the second term. You can just see there that was leading to playing some territorial advantage as well.
Steve Johnson nearly got what he was after. He does get what he's after. Steve Johnson. A miracle maker almost. How wide, and it's out. Free kick.
Take 3 metres.
Kelly
Got a metre forward now. 1 metre forward.
puts it back to the leading player. Overcooked his kick, and Maynard may be content to see that roll through. Dangerous kick to penalty, but maybe safe hands. Only just the required 15 as well. Jesse White and more there. And it's a beautiful Clark front spot. Not paid. Lob goes back in.
Not a big piece of it. He's landed a bit awkwardly too, Jeremy Cameron.
Yep.
Just sucking it in. Might have landed flat on the back. Oh. Knocked the wind out here.
Crisp gets it to the wing. Here's more again. Tangled up. And the spill. Side bottom. Who does he want? Hasn't got a lot of options. Handball not such a bad option. Blair. Oh, he put Ngoe under the hammer. Patfull went head first into a tackle. All up.
Darcy Moore competes fantastically, Jace. Sometimes well out of position, but he just gets in there and just brings the ball to ground. And as a small forward, that's what you want. You want a predictable key forward.
Scully. Kennedy. Sinclair sits under it. Cameron with the fist. Through Scully's hands. Crisp. Good turn. Threw it out. Maynard back in McCaffer's direction. Almost raked it in. For Solo wanted to tow it off the deck.
Showed good strength, Heath Shaw, in the one-on-one contest. Like a good defender, claiming he was being held.
And he gets the possession. Although Smith dives and he can have a crack. Easy within range. Josh Smith kicked a couple this year. 10 games.
Take him out with you. 15.
Plus this one in his opening season of AFL. And this will take his best. Good deliberate approach. Struck it pretty well. It's long and it's strong.
Four for the quarter, boys. Beautiful kick. They are dominating in a lot of areas in this second quarter. Collingwood, the tackling has been fantastic. 15-7, 9 inside 50s to 6, and a beautiful kick. 4 straight in the quarter. GWS at 2-2.
I'll listen to you.
Great kick from outside 50.
When you're both there hugging like that, it makes it pretty hard to play a person.
High scoring game. There's no Giants or Collingwood goal kicker in the top 10 in the AFL this year. Good spread of goal kickers from the Giants overall. Looked like getting a lot of goals scored in this one. And for Law, Collingwood a chance to score another one. Cloak barrels it forward for Solo. Caught. Pendlebury. Treloar squeezes it wide to Blair.
Great kick. I love how physical the Pies are being defensively. They are laying some big tackles, putting a lot of pressure on, not allowing GWS just to dominate possession. And that's what's got them back in this game.
10-6 clearances this quarter for Collingwood too, Jose. Winning the contested possessions as well.
Jarrod Blair, one of only 5 Magpies to have played every game this year. Starts it beautifully, straight over the goal umpire's hat, and Collingwood in this up to their eyebrows.
You know, it was 7 goals to 3 at quarter time, and everyone was thinking, well, this one's just going to follow the script that we all expected. But Collingwood are having a bit to say. They weren't happy with the first term. They've lifted the tempo, lifted the work rate, and all of a sudden it's paying handsome dividends on the scoreboard. And they are right in this contest, taking it up to one of the premiership fancies. This has been a terrific fight back by the Pies.
8-4, Grundy against Mumford in hitouts this second quarter.
If you have just joined us, 24 points was the margin the Giants held at quarter time. It's back to 8 with 7 left to half time. And Treloar flicks it wide to Aish for another clearance. Pendlebury resting forward, held it long enough. Sits it up wide. Sidebottom's going to have to go. Crisp for Solo. Good turn onto his left. Hits a good spot. McCaffer almost with the pluck. Bends it around the body. It's floating. It's high. They got another one. And welcome back, McCaffer. First goal of the year, 3rd game of the year, and Collingwood get within a kick.
6 goals for the quarter, 6 straight, Dwayno. This is sensational football, efficient football too, and tough, Jace.
How good is this contest, Rube? Bottom left of screen, you see Heath Shaw, Brent McCaffer. Another one-on-one battle, and he just stays in it. Finds the loose ball at ground level, and then a tremendous snap over the shoulder.
Great second effort, wasn't it? Stayed at it. Heath Shaw was flat-footed, thinking he's not going to get that, is he? Is he? Oh, he's kicked a goal on me. Big comeback.
There's your last 10 goals. And Grundy, beautiful palm down. They're away again. Blair, handball missed the target. Green, Cornelio, Howe and Cameron. Cameron got there first and it rolls across the line and beats them both.
Boys, when you're playing that defensive forward role that McCaff is doing on shore at the moment, just keeping to the 7 possessions for the half, I mean, you've got to love it when you do kick one of those goals as well.
What they've done, Collingwood, in this second term is they've taken away the midfield dominance of the Giants.
Yep.
Good attack, Jeremy Cameron. Straight to Grundy. Side bottom. McCaffrey and Haynes this time, and McCaffrey held. So he's having an impact.
The Shaw's just come off for a rest, guys, so McCaffrey's now got Haynes.
Cloak. Tomlinson used his body pretty well. Cloak hurt there. Tomlinson gathers and goes. Adams read it well. Danger, Sinclair.
Gee, to go, he's free if they can get it to him.
Not 15. Brown gives it back to Sinclair. Long launch for Solo. Can he get up? He did. And bring it down. Side bottom. Back inside for Solo. Blair, in fact, to Maynard. Over Cloak's head. McCaffrey lurking again. Williams caught. Scully under pressure. Everything they do, the Giants. Side bottom. Good smother Whitfield. Attack from Maynard, but he turns it over. Kelly, Patton, caught. Kelly. Smith. And now they're out. Canelio. Stevie J to set it up. It's got Jeremy Cameron inside 50. Ignores him initially. Now makes it tough for him. Bounced it to him. Flick onto Whitfield. He wasn't on the same page. And Howe, part of the seas, got through a couple. Gave it to Adams. Collingwood away again. Straight down the spine. Haynes read it well. Blair dives in.
Fish, I'll take the ball up.
Ball up.
Fine line between taking someone's flair out of the game. Let's have a look at the smother here from Whitfield. That was a big one. Fine line to take the flair out of Jeremy Cameron's game, but he probably should have taken that, Jose.
Yep. 4 minutes to half time, and Collingwood could steal the lead. Adams bends it around, and they will have a chance to steal it for Solo to line up from 40 out to give them a 4-point margin.
They are all over
Yep.
them. They actually look like they are dominating the game at the moment. It's 6 goals to 2, but they look dangerous all over the ground. It's not 1 or 2 players that are threatening the contest. They're actually all looking a bit sharper.
And he can be a sharpshooter, Alex Fasolo. He's got a 6-goal game to his name this year, and he blows his chance.
Doesn't normally miss those. I don't know, Roo, if it's GWS thinking the work was done at quarter time, taking the foot off the pedal, or if it's just that they've lifted their intensity so high, Collingwood, that GWS haven't been able to cope with it. But it's been a supreme fight back.
Well, if
look, we've seen them beat Geelong earlier this season.
Yeah, that's right.
The Pies. When they're on, they can be very good.
And we've seen the Giants lose to Melbourne. They have lost mainly this year to good teams, but their opening game of the season, arguably their worst performance, losing to the Demons. And Leon Cameron knows percentage, 4 points was the thought coming in for a few Giants fans. It might be neither. Sinclair. Side bottom. Blair. Smith. Reed. On his left.
Good kick.
Puts it up to a good spot. Pendlebury's under it. Beaten for it. Knocked down. Off hands. For Solo! Collingwood in front.
Just been harder at it. I've loved the contest. Look, there was nothing wrong with Nick Haynes going for that one. He landed heavily. But as soon as the ball hits the ground, they swarm on it. The Pies, they've got numbers coming in from everywhere. For Solo, Johnny on the spot. And that's a clever little finish. Wasn't sure he needed the bounce, Ben Reid, when he got the ball, but he got it into a hot spot. Got a good contest from Pendlebury in the air, providing the contest. Then for Solo crumbing, and this has been one of their best quarters of the season, the Pies, no doubt about that.
Smashing them everywhere, absolutely everywhere at the moment. But the clearance is the big one, 14-7 this quarter. That is a complete turnaround on the first quarter.
Big 3 minutes coming up to half-time now. Treloar trying to squeeze it out. Mumford, the big mummy, wraps him up. Ball up.
amazing when you have a look at the Giants and you think about their skill level, and they haven't hit a target in the last 10 minutes. That's extraordinary, and that's a great indication of how good the pressure has been from Collingwood.
Grundy to half forward. White did well, got it down to Pendlebury. Gives it back to White, sits it up for Solo, one-on-one. He's the hot man, and he rakes it in.
It's an incredible contested mark from Alex Vassallo against Nick Haynes, who doesn't get beaten that often like that in the air, and he's just reeled it in one hand.
8 for the quarter, this will be.
And for 5 goals in a row. This has been stunning.
Well, we had an upset last night. Could we get another one today? It's only early.
Well, what I want to see now is as good as Collingwood's been, and this has been their best football all year. I think it's better than anything I've seen from them. They're playing at an incredible level. I want to see a response from GWS now, Roo.
Yeah.
This is one of the teams everyone rates so highly now from what we've seen. We think they're a top 4, top 2 genuine contender. Well, they need to respond, and we need to see something from them now, and that's got to start in the middle of the ground where all those running players have gone cold. Callum Ward hasn't seen the ball. Shield hasn't seen the ball. Cornelio's the only one getting his hands on it. So many of the midfielders just haven't touched it. As for Solo having a massive second turn.
Half-time can't come quick enough for the Giants now. 2 minutes left. Momentum with Collingwood. Smith shrugs the tackle. Heads toward the goal square, and Howe protected by Maynard, who talked him into it.
Look at this. They're just on the move. They're reading the play. They're running harder. They look fantastic.
Reid to Grundy to White.
Look at that.
Big man playing a role.
10 metres in front.
Pendlebury playing to the forward at the moment. He's ignored. They go longer for Solo. Why wouldn't you go to him? He was bumped. Blair from the pocket. No way. Oh, my goodness.
What?
They are hotter than hot.
I saw Collingwood in the NAB challenge kick 10 or 11 goals in a quarter down at Simmons Stadium against the Cats, and I thought, this is the new Collingwood. They're going to be an exciting team this season. Hadn't seen it again since. I'm seeing it again now in this term.
I was actually about to say, that's a selfish kick. Go to the top of the square. And he's nailed it. Wow, 9 for a quarter. 9-1. It should have been 10 straight.
Have a games where they struggled to kick 9 for the game this year, Collingwood.
Guys, we just see Dylan Shield there. We spoke about guys getting in the midfield and standing up, Jay. So he's been on there for about the last 5 or so minutes, getting a lot of work done on his calves and hips. So he doesn't look too flash at the minute.
And also on that bench, you saw Collingwood Premiership captain Nick Maxwell down there helping the Giants. So far, hasn't been able to do much good to stop this. This is an onslaught. 1 minute left. Whitfield.
Look at the numbers around the ball.
Might steal another one yet. Crisp dumped. Ball through traffic. Back inside 50 for Solo. Squeezed out. Sure.
Would Eddie be getting reception on the boat in the Mediterranean?
He might get back from Greece for the second half, the way they're playing. White to Davis. And he holds it up.
You look at their key midfielders. You've got Whitfield 3, Steele 3, Shield 3, Ward 3,
Sinclair.
Kelly 4, Scully 5, Cornelio 6.
Green 1.
They're all the possessions that they've had this quarter.
Yeah.
Not enough.
One last roll of the dice here. De Goey. Cloaks in the goal square. It'd be monstrous for his confidence if he pulls this down against 2. Up they fly against him. Almost the spill. He lays the tackle though. Seconds tick down. Danger again for the Giants.
Ooh.
8 seconds left. Ball up from the scramble. Mumford, he's caught. Was that a handball? No, it wasn't.
Could be 10 for the quarter, Diane. Big Brody, he started it. He absolutely started it in the centre square. This will be his 12th disposal for the quarter, Brodie Grundy. He would have never done that in his life.
They are gobsmacked here at Spotless Stadium. The Giants led by 24 points at quarter time. For a 10-goal quarter. For a 23-point margin at half-time.
What a shame.
He squeezed it wide. Can you believe that? As a deflating finish. Disappointment for Collingwood fans watching this at home, but the scoreline looks pretty damn good as they head in for the half.
Rolling the midfield dominance that they had in that second term.
Huge quarter of footy. If it was because GWS were asleep, they will respond in this quarter, and if they're a premiership contender, that they will come out and win this third quarter.
So what are you made of, Giants? We're about to find out. Pendlebury couldn't break free in the middle. The Giants have won 10 games for the season. The most they've ever won in a season is 11 games. They did that last year. And last year they looked on track for a finals campaign for the first time and then couldn't finish it off. Grundy slammed into the deck by Mumford. Shield had it, lost it. Crisp bends it around the body for Solo. Lurking, had it, lost it. Towed away by Jesse White. Gets in the Varco direction, gathers, goes, bends it. It's long, it's goal square, it's high. Moore floats in, can't mark it. Haynes under some pressure. Davis scrambling kick. Steele falls. Howe. Pendlebury. Bumped on the kick. De Goey missed his target. Grundy, little fend off. Green the steal. Back to Haynes, but again, everything under pressure right now. He's within range, Sinclair. Runs to 50. Drives it home. What a start.
Well, they look a bit rattled here, GWS. In the back line there, Jace, there was no method to getting it out. They just smashed it on the boot, didn't go high or anything, just went along the ground, end up going straight back to Collingwood. Good work by Brodie Grundy there, and just watch, and the hack kick out here, and then just composed himself beautifully and went bang and put it straight through. Not the start that GWS wanted.
Biggest lead the Giants had was 24 points. This is now Collingwood's biggest lead, 24. Grundy up early. Again, he got a hand to it. Cornelio thought he had it away, and Pendlebury gets it away. De Goey. Haynes tracked him. Good pick up. Missed his target with the handball. Scully. Ward. Shield. Cornelio. Steve Johnson in a one-on-one with Maynard. Good fist, Maynard.
Oh, good recovery.
Too much speed.
And he hits wide with the kick, and he found sideball.
Nearly 50 that.
Sinclair. De Goey, good hands.
They're just doing everything well at the moment, Collingwood.
Adams looks up, and even Travis Cloak.
Yeah, and that's the lead-up target you want.
Heads of the square. Jesse! Even big Jesse's plucking him.
That's near on perfect passage of play for Collingwood. Extraordinary stuff.
Started from Maynard down at back line on Stevie Johnson. Affected the spoil, but the recovery was brilliant. And then they just kept the ball on the body from there, and a great mark by Jesse White.
This is for his third, and you can tell by this he doesn't have a lot of shots from here.
Yeah, but he's had two shockers from there, Dwight.
Hasn't got a good record.
Oh, we'll kick this.
That's all grounds, of course, in Australia. He drives it through. He's got three, and White is white hot.
I'm speechless.
Well, I'll tell you what I loved in that passage of play, and you credited rightly Maynard down back for his one-on-one contest with Stevie Johnson, and then he just had too much speed, recovered. He found the loose Collingwood player, which was side bottom. But I love the fact that it's almost old-fashioned Travis Cloak hitting up on the lead and getting on it with a really good pass, and then he just turned around and moved the ball quickly forward to Jesse White.
Well, we asked for a response from GWS. We haven't seen anything like it. In fact, we've just seen Collingwood go from strength to strength.
He continues to win the hit-outs in the middle now, Brodie Grundy.
30 points, the biggest margin for either team. Varco, a little too hard with the handball. Maynard mops it up. Marsh hits the target again, and they've been hitting them. DeGoey.
Look at Brodie Grundy working.
Over the top was Varco. He made him wait for the handball. Flicks it back again, turns it over. Shield, Mumford, Kelly. Danced his way into trouble. Wide with the kick. And the umpire lurking and says toss it in.
Well, what we're seeing at the moment is Collingwood have completely removed the Giants' run from the equation because they're not allowing them to control the ball around the stoppage. And even when they do win possession, they are immediately besieged with Collingwood players from all directions forcing a quick kick or a fumble.
Canelio kick smothered. Through hands. Tapped into Maynard. Driven to the deck. Wrap around tackle by Scully. And you can hear a pin drop here. Deathly silence like a morgue. Adams. Right down the middle. Tomlinson. What was that? Caught. Handball wide. Shield. It's around Moore. Long to the hot spot. Down there, Cameron at the back. He didn't get there. Lobb got it front and square. Roller from Kelly. Luck going Collingwood's way right now in every form.
It's the sort of pressure they haven't been put under too often, the Giants, and they haven't really handled it that well.
Straight down the middle to Blair. And Hatfield sits on his head.
Well, it's strange that you would kick long down the middle to the smallest bloke out there.
Cameron didn't get over the back. Reid did well. Stevie Joe went off the deck, missed it completely. Green, kick smothered. And Collingwood, until that handball doing everything right. Canelio bends it back to the hot spot. Crisp gets there, knocks it down. Shield, this will be against the grain.
Just the little things, just the, you know, just not quite going through there by Shield. Let's have a look at the platform mark. This was a cracker.
Poor Jared Flair just had to sit under the long kick.
Yeah, you hate them. You're just waiting for it. The knee in the back. The replays all week.
He's been a good designated kicker, Jeremy Howe, from the behind. He just hits those little lead-up targets well.
Cameron got a hand.
Oh, good hit.
Big hip his shoulder to go. He went just as hard as Ward. Cameron gets his chance on his left. Looks okay. Looks delightful. No need to tell you. They needed that.
Well, they need that, and they need plenty more. Because at the moment, they are a long way out of this contest. He's kicked his third, Jeremy Cameron, and he's going to need to probably kick another 3 more at least to help get the Giants back in this contest. And we've seen a couple of those where they've fed the ball out to the left footer on that side. But since quarter time, these sort of passages of play have been few and far between. It's a really good finish from Cameron.
Rory Lobb into the middle to go up against Brodie Grundy.
Mumford gets a rest, and he's resting forward at the moment. Mumford full forward, and the ball up. Crisp to Treloar, finds some space. Heads long, Cloak down there. Couldn't get near it. Jesse White trumps, bends it. Not bad.
Oh! From there, that was nearly an impossible angle to go around the corner the way he did. And it hit the back inside of the post.
Oh, smart play to stay down too.
So 3 goals to his name, Jesse White. And the kick in, almost Jesse. Knocks it down. Still alive. Aish, can he get it on the boot? Flicks it back, missed his target. Kelly. They dodged the bullet there. Touch ball, as you heard, as Mumford came hard. He wanted to take the Sharon or somebody.
He took somebody.
Side bottom.
Or Darcy Moore's dangerous, boys. They've got to go to Darcy Moore.
He sits it up. It's a wobbler. Moore's down there. Didn't get to him. Lob. That's a strong grab.
It's a big mark.
Just too slow. Moore was down there for ages waiting for it.
And he only had Smalls around him from the Giants.
He did.
Too.
Lobb did really well to get back. Needed all that time to do it too.
Haynes. Cornelio. Collingwood with the numbers. Grundy. And out-reading the Marsh. He's looked pretty good too. Back into the lineup this week.
Might be a good move by GWS getting Lobb into the ruck. He's had a very quiet first half.
Moore couldn't get a running jump at that. Cornelio, Davis.
Oh.
And that's out on the full.
Again, pressure.
Aish within range here.
That is just pressure. Yep. Didn't even have time to throw it on the boot before he was tackled.
Deemed to be 51 out when it crossed the boundary.
Top of the square.
Brown. Every Giants player on the field ahead of them now. Marsh back in after that calf problem. He sat it on Maynard and he was good enough. That was a good grab. So to set it up, Reed keeps it low. Side bottom, millimetres from the deck.
Just picking him apart nicely at the moment.
Jesse White. He's got a long roost on him if he wants to have a crack. Been in good form, as I mentioned earlier. Had a splendid game in the VFL last week, 32 possessions, 12 marks. Back into the lineup this week, and he's got 3 goals to his name. And he hits the top of the square. Cloak! Oh! Vintage Cloak!
Well, how often have we seen that sort of kick attempted and it goes straight to the opposition? But this time, there was a nice hole in the corridor and they were on the same wavelength. As he kicked it, Travis Cloak led, marked it at the highest point, the sort of contested mark we see Travis take, and now he should go back and make this
Kick through it.
his second goal. Oh, no.
Oh, goodness.
He's got to stop poking him and leaning back.
It certainly is vintage Cloak. Has to kick those.
A little bit lippy there, Cornelio, but I wouldn't be lipping off when you're trailing by 24 points and struggling to get back into the contest.
Gee, they've missed some sitters.
And you can't give this kind of team a break either. They had them on the ropes, and that's like a goal to the Giants. A miss like that.
Well, both the goals they missed in the second quarter were very gettable. They could have easily been 11 straight. And another one there.
Let go.
There's the time in forward half. And the clearance numbers in this third term. The flick back. Trelaw almost another clearance. Christ almost. Pendlebury got it inside. Howe jumped on.
I just thought the arm from where I let him go. Let him up. Steve, you just play the game. I don't want to see it.
Umpire barking some instructions. Grundy with the flick back. Cornelio through legs. Aish. It's it back in the McCaffer direction. Half held by the arm, McCaffer. Tomlinson took the mark opposed to White because McCaffer couldn't get a run. Third man up. Ward. Mumford calling for it long. Whitfield. Scully. Mumford and Cameron back in the goal square. In their direction. Cameron, the run, the jump. Almost the mark. Marsh caught. Ugly handball, but it is deemed to be a ball in.
That's what you want to see Jeremy Cameron doing when the time calls for it. He can crash packs. He can fly for it like that. And at the very least, bring the ball to ground.
Nathan Brown's going to have a sore shoulder, isn't he? He's had 2 blokes go for hangers on his back today.
Out to Trelaw. Shaw dumps it to the boundary so they can reset.
Pretty big stat since quarter time, Dwayne. Clearances 24-8 in Collingwood's favour since quarter time.
7-0 this quarter already, Roos, so they've absolutely turned around. Grundy's been absolutely brilliant.
They've also been 27-15, the inside 50s in the same period, so they're winning the territorial battle.
Mumford ripped it out of the ruck, couldn't find a teammate with a handball. He'll do it again.
You don't get hurt too much by the opposition when you're playing most of the game in your forward half. Which means they've had very good defensive structure as well, Collingwood, to hold the ball in.
Grundy. Adams. Thump on Smith. Straight to Reed. Cloak Comes down to centre half back. Playing with confidence right now, Collingwood. Heads wide to White. And a good second grab. Used his body well. Blair. Got there. McCaffer on the move.
Oh, had to keep going at it.
He slowed down as he approached the footy, didn't he? Look at that. There's a panic kick out of defence for GWS. Straight to Collingwood numbers.
Marsh. Side bottom. Collingwood about to reload. McCaffer gets a second chance. Went for the chest mark. Moore. Cloak. Blair. I'll take a ball in.
Travis Cloak up to 12 disposals, 6 marks, and just stop there. That was the difference. It's not a lot, doesn't look like much, but if he goes flat out, puts his arms out straight, he's a chance to mark it.
Lobb with the ball in a little shorter than the ruckman expected. Ward about to get caught. Ridden, saddled, taken down. Ball, holding the ball.
Oh.
That's got to make them restless here at Spotless.
Could have been in the back easily, couldn't it?
Calls like that going against them.
I'll explain it a sec. Get it up. I'll explain it a sec. Move away, please. Play on.
Play on. Opens up the angle and blows it past them.
They can do no wrong, the Pies. They continue to get great value for the defensive pressure they're putting on, and that's been just the shining beacon, the characteristic of their game since quarter time. The ability to just have this siege mentality. As soon as they get the ball, the Giants, they're all over them, in numbers. And side bottom, the recipient of this free kick, no one's paying attention, so he plays on, makes it look easy.
We waited all night for Geelong to respond last night. It didn't happen, and this is heading the same way at the moment.
White knocks it down. Adams getting tackled. Still a lot of game time left. That's too high. All the calls going Collingwood's way, but they're making their luck right now. Sinclair heads long. Moore back of the pack didn't get there. Dropping it Haynes.
Yeah, well done, Haynes. You've only got a good push in the back to Phil Davis, who's complaining to the umpire. Things are not running the Giants' way at the moment. They've got to force this turnaround just through good play. They can't rely on free kicks. Can't rely on luck. They've got to make it happen.
10 zip the clearances in the third quarter.
10 zip.
10 zip.
Brodie Grundy having an amazing game.
Oh, and a good pluck by Crisp. Not paid. Had a big piece of it. Farko steals it back. Western Sydney free. Green. Scully. Put his teammate under immense pressure. Canelio bursts away. Got it to Devon Smith. Sidestep was good. Loves the goal. Floats one goalward. And dunked through by March. Last line of defence. Maynard. This has been phenomenal from Collingwood. In 24 down. Big float in with the fist. Puts it back to the hot spot. Stevie J couldn't get near it. Blair got there first. Adams, DeGoey, Marsh under pressure. Puts it out in front of Farko. They can let it roll. This guy's not well enough. Collingwood was in danger of dropping to 13th or 14th for the loss today. Could salvage something from this season yet. Smith bangs it away. Cloak. Davis. Patfield. Whitfield. Scully caught, driven into the deck.
Pressure.
Turnover.
Enormous.
Pendlebury, Adams.
Oh, they're out, they're out.
So they've got numbers on the run. Moore looks up. It's got DeGoey. Haynes hunts him down. DeGoey. Haynes. DeGoey. Oh, pushes it wide. Fluffs his lines badly.
Just the pressure around the ball is first class. Jason, we've been harping on about it for a couple of quarters now, but that's what turned that one around in the middle.
Well, boys, we keep talking about this group delivering and finally maturing. 11 clearances to 0 this quarter. This midfield seriously needs to stand up and just show the world just how good they really are. Right now, it's embarrassing around the ball.
Yeah, they've got no run at the moment, the Giants.
Kelly, one of those midfield troop. Cam Mooney's talking about now. Cameron's over the top for Scully. He's running back now. He leads back at Scully. That's ignored. Not a lot of options now by foot. Palmer. Caught by Brown. Dragged down. Did he have Pryor? You bet he did.
Now, why on earth did Tom Scully not kick the footy?
Right.
He's got Cameron over the back, who's now got the arms up, saying, why wouldn't you kick it? And then he chose to bounce and bounce and bounce and ran himself and his teammate into trouble.
Could have went over the top to him, could have went short to him, instead had another bounce and then had nothing to go to.
Moore about to jump at it. A hand on it.
Geez, spot on, Rui. Geez, he jumps at everything, doesn't he?
He's good though, at least he brings it to the ground if he doesn't mark it.
Shield. Short kick, Kelly. Within range. Already kicked one from here. And delivers another on cue.
Well, the question for GWS is whether they can string a couple together. They are creating opportunities. They've missed a few. Some slick hands there and some composure from Dylan Shield. Finds Josh Kelly, and he kicked one from this position earlier on in the match. A very steady left foot, but they need to string some of these back-to-back now. I just don't know if they've got the control in the middle of the ground to be able to do that.
Another goal to Kelly. Mumford fresh back in the middle now. 4-zip in the centre, clearances in the third quarter. Collingwood's way.
Mumford went hard at that one. Palmer gets a kick away, but Grundy should mob it up. Side bottom. Spiral. Big leap, and he's pulled that down shore somehow. Stevie Johnson hasn't had a big impact yet. Doesn't have one here. Turns it over. Maynard bends it around towards half forward. Fist away by Palmer. Blair slammed into the deck.
Oh, he's paid a dangerous tackle for that.
What?
And the umpire first from the contest.
Yeah, that's not
paid it.
That's not right at all.
Umpire Lee Fisher was 5 metres away and thought it wasn't a slam tackle. And the umpire furthest from it thought it was.
Incredible decision.
Well, I mean, the umpire in control didn't miss it. He knew it wasn't a dangerous tackle. It was an aggressive tackle.
Blair, well, that's gone too. He's had his prior. He's cooked.
Another slip.
Yeah.
Gee, you'd hope everyone's got their long sprigs on, because so many of the Collingwood players and GWS players are slipping today.
And there's the man who chased his boots after the pre-game warm-up. Green, he was ahead of the pack.
That or the last one.
Yes. And he thumps it. Lobs down there. Big pack around it. Kelly turns it over. Treloar turns it over. Lob. Cornelio. Missed Green. Good attack. Crisp. Wrapped up by Lob. Ball hits the deck.
It's gone up a notch, boys. It has gone up a notch. I reckon GWS have just started to crank it up a little bit. Desperation stakes.
Well, are they a finals team or not? They could be second on the AFL ladder tonight.
Well, if they get out of jail here, I know they'll get a good wake-up call.
Jeremy Howe had to wait a long time.
Oh, and Matey doing it.
Cameron put him under some heat there. Didn't give away the 50. Maynard. Sits it over McCaffer's head. DeGoey. Wrapped up by Whitfield. McCaffer. Tactful.
Bit unlucky there, Collingwood, with that kick.
About to be offered a new one-year contract. Turns 32 next week. Joel Patfull. Been a great servant since travelling to the Giants. Heads wide. Whitfield.
They've taken away the corridor from the Giants. They haven't allowed them to change direction and run and carry. It's been a really good defensive structure.
Oh, stolen by Howe. And on the run. Drives it long. Cloak inside 50. His hands are back.
Are they ever?
But is his boot back?
7th mark for Travis Cloak. Some real good clunks today.
That's your line. Decent mark.
You nearly want to run over there and get a handball from him, wouldn't you? The way he's going in front of goal. He's got no confidence at all.
Boys, we heard Bucks in that interview just before the game talk about the defensive structures and how they wanted to set up. The way that they have set up is brilliant today. Getting those intercept marks. They've not allowed Giants to actually take the ball from one end to the other today. There have only been 2 chains of ball forward today.
Looks pretty good. Oh, he pulls one from the top shelf there.
There's no pressure to kick the tough ones. You tend to relax a bit and you just think, well, not expected to kick this one. He makes it look easy. Yet the ones right in front he has the trouble with. But he's marked the ball really well today, Travis Cloke. He's presented, he's hit up. I reckon he's been an outstanding player. He's had 4 marks in this quarter alone and a couple of really strong ones as well.
And Jeremy Howe, that's exactly what Collingwood would be hoping they were going to get when they recruited him.
Over to you, Giants.
I reckon he's just telling Caniglio there just about the last time he mouthed off at him.
Yeah.
3 minutes left in the quarter. Block, free kick, Grundy's ball again. Mumford perplexed.
Yeah, they both ran into each other, but he said to Mumford went past
And
him.
50. So Brody Grundy will have a shot at goal from about 45 out.
Devon Smith going into the protected zone.
This is unravelling before your eyes for the Giants. Brody Grundy to silence. Will have a shot from about 42 from directly out to give Collingwood their biggest margin of the game. It'll be the biggest margin of the game to either team if he slots it. For a 36-point break with a quarter and a bit left. That's what he has ahead of him. Spectacular. From 24 points down to 36 up.
Well, he is one of the big reasons as to why they're now dominating this game, Brody Grundy. His game has been exceptional. He now has 18 possessions. He's kicked 1 goal, 1. But the work that he's done, well, they actually got both players. I think it was Zach Williams on one side and it was Devon Smith running around the back. So 2 players encroached in the protected area, and that's a clear 50-metre penalty. And Brody Grundy, you have to say, Root, he's one of the best men on the ground.
I think he's the best, the most influential anyway. He's got more hit-outs than Mumford now after getting towed up in the first quarter, but also getting plenty of the ball. Massive response.
Back in the middle. Crowd cannot believe it. Cornelio as a holding free kick as Cornelio got the clearing kick. Sinclair to take it.
They haven't dealt well with not having the game on their terms. That's something these players have to learn, that sometimes you have to really grit and fight and scrap every single contest just to get back into the game.
You rarely get a final where you dominate 4 quarters, do you?
Brown.
Hold there. Jeremy.
They weren't great for the 2 weeks prior to the bye, were they?
Well, Collingwood have been great 2 weeks since the bye. They've won both their games since their bye, Collingwood. Of course, the Giants coming off their bye.
They're a bit dodgy against Essendon that night where they just fell in. Carlton, they got the job done, but they're having a bit of a bad patch in the middle of the year.
Float in, but no mark. High. Free kick. And it's going the Giants' way. Crowd finally roaring their approval. Haynes, gee, blast that way back for sure. Only one-on-ones ahead. He has to pick one out, and he hits Pat for lace out. 1.5 minutes left. Pumps it down the line. Pendlebury cuts it off. Couldn't take the mark. Scully. Brown slams it on the boot, and Patfull mops it up again. Comes to the open side. Shield. Haynes. Heads long. Stevie Johnson. Can he get there, Stevie J?
Oh.
Makes the contest. Sinclair read the crumb beautifully. Heads toward Moore. Have they got another one, Collingwood? Cloke screaming for it. Jesse White screaming for it. Puts it up in both directions. Jesse. Cloke! Oh, Willie, don't get you, Tom, I will. They've got both of them on fire.
You know what? They've kicked it to Travis Cloke every time there's been a mismatch too. I don't know whether that's by design or by luck, but at different stages, he's had a smaller opponent that's just had to man up for that particular time. This time it was Heath Shaw. He couldn't move him. He pushed as hard as he could, Heath Shaw, but he couldn't move Travis Cloke.
And he's been pretty good from this spot.
Most marks on the ground with 8, 5 in the quarter.
Most he's kicked in a game this year is 2. He's now got 3. And they have a monster buffer at the last change against all odds. 42 points to margin Collingwood's way with a quarter of footy left. Percentage that Sydney's 138.5. So far, they're not only going to drop 4 points, they could drop 7%.
They could drop to 7th on the ladder, couldn't they, after this?
End of this round, we've got 7 games per team left. We've got a quarter left in this. Can they pull something from the fire? Shield heads wide to Scully. The old head to try and generate some magic. Sends it long inside 50. Steve Johnson down there and a big punt from Patton.
Well, we saw Jonathan Patton start the game in outstanding fashion. His first quarter was very good. He had half a dozen possessions, took 4 marks, kicked a couple of goals, but he's virtually been unsighted since then.
Ball's hardly been down there, but you just saw a little bit more intensity in the legs there by GWS. I'm not sure if that's a sign of things to come, but it's a good start, and they got the centre clearance.
It's a good pack, Mark, wasn't it? Just strength.
2-goal opening term for his 3rd. And that could be the heart starter.
You said earlier, Jace, they need a big brute up there to take those sort of marks, because Jeremy Cameron likes to get out the back. He likes getting on the move, but every side loves a bloke who can do this sort of stuff in September. Just back and go clunk. If you don't mark, at least it comes to ground. But that is just a quality that not many people have.
Well, he said he'd been quiet since quarter time. That's just his 7th disposal, which means he's only had 2 since quarter time. So he needs another big quarter to finish with Jonathan Patton, but a great mark and goal.
Leon Cameron put the acid on Mumford. He gets another clearance. Down to Shield, to Scully. Knocks it on. Knocked it past Patton. Jeremy Cameron sidestepped a couple. Gave it to Kelly. Ricochet close to the boundary. And Howe content to scoop it across the line.
Gee, they were paying those on Thursday night. They played a couple of close ones. One against Luke Hodge.
Some of Thursday night's decisions weren't necessarily the template for the rest of the year. Ball back into play. Grundy almost held. Shield through traffic. Adams arms free. Treloar side bottom. Grundy playing the game of his life. Handballs at outside 50. Travis Varco tackle on Haynes. Ball dragged down.
You don't see that too often, do you? Normally you see a clearing kick. Brody Grundy went with a clearing hand pass. He didn't trust himself close to the boundary line, so just hammered the big hand pass.
He's never even received one Brownlow vote in his entire career, Brodie Grundy.
I reckon he'll be in consideration today.
Yeah, he's stalking 3 votes the way he's been playing. A lot of footy left though. Sinclair. Varco. Big moment here for Collingwood. Heads long. Moore in the spot. Got there. Dropped it. Tracked down by Davis. Centering kick. Well, he mopped up his mess with perfection there.
Sinclair's been good off half-back, Jace, with some real good run, but Darcy Moore's leg speed, he can be a superstar, isn't he? If he can
He ran
stay
away
fit.
from Phil Davis.
He did, and Davis is not slow either. Just got to stay fit, Darcy, and just keep playing and getting more experience, and in a better side with more opportunity, going to be lethal.
Well, what about the serendipity in this? If anybody knows where they are here for a steadying goal, it's Adam Treloar. 79 games for the Giants. Part of the pre-season trade. Blasted towards goal. And misses and keeps the door open. Shaw, straight down the spine. Green floats in. Got it long enough. And now they fan for him. Who does he want? He's not sure.
A dangerous kick.
Wide to Steele, and Howe sits on his head. Didn't bring it down this time. Aish, a little fumbly handball, wrapped up by Kelly, dragged down, ball up.
Toby Green, one of those players that have been a bit quiet, Jace. 13 disposals, talking about him in all-Australian form. He's kicked 28 goals for the year. He's averaging in the 20s as well, 22 disposals. He's well down.
Well down, 42 is his best ever. So he's way off one of his better games. But he's still got a quarter to resurrect it. Scully. Jeremy Cameron leading back towards the goal square. Heads to the pocket, too wide.
Strange kick, very strange kick.
Well, I think he was trying to kick it to the side of the contest that would favour Jeremy Cameron, but in the end, too lateral, out of bounds on the full.
And Lobb floats in. Gee, sacked that on the head of Sidebottom, set him an enormous task. And Lobb picked it off. His kick towards Stevie J. Got one to the back of the head. He played for it, according to the umpire. And Stevie Johnson, not a happy camper.
Not sure it was a high percentage option from Rory Lobb. 1 against 2.
Normally not bad odds for Steve Johnson, but he hasn't had a big day at the office today.
Just the 8 disposals, Dwayne.
Mumford slams it down in his direction. Howe read it well. Stevie J almost picked it and ran. Pendlebury gang tackled.
But Jeremy House showing some good signs at the moment, isn't he? A bit of leg speed through the back.
Don't hold, face the footy.
Mumford, Grundy. Grundy got fingernails on it. Kelly. Treloar stole it. Gave it to Grundy. Travis Varco. Side handball to Cloak. Moore is short. He ignores it. Blasted in Jesse White's direction. He's got 3 to beat. Jesse! He beat them all!
How does that happen?
Well, there were 3 Giants there, as you called, Dwayne, and the 2 of them stayed down because they thought that Joel Patfull would at least half the contest. And he isn't a great day, Patfull. He's been outmarked a number of times. Sometimes you've got to make sure of it and come over the top with the spoil.
Jesse White's another one. His entire career, Jesse White, 131 games worth. He's only ever got 1 Brownlow vote. Never had that big breakout game where he's demolished a team. This is for number 4. Gives it a ride. And he misses to the near side.
8 marks for White, 8 marks for Cloak. 2 leading highest mark takers on the day.
And now the time clock looming as a massive enemy of the Giants too. So straight down the middle to Williams. To Mumford. Kennedy back to Mumford. Steve Johnson, he's got a couple of beats. Stevie J. Good fist from Maynard. Down to Grundy, to Pendlebury. Uses it wisely.
Adams is over the back if you can get it to him.
Well, time off the clock, not a bad idea either. If they're not manning up. Treloar. To some boos. Maynard. Howe. Smith. He's got Aish long. Mumford stalking it, got a fist on it. Thumped it out. He can reset for a ball in.
Well, that's not a bad thing for Collingwood at the moment, the way they're dominating clearances.
Giants undefeated here at this ground in 2016. They've won all 5 so far. Collingwood set to ruin that record. Fed out. Little fake was good. Whitfield, Cornelio, Williams, fumble. Trouble again. Hands and knees. Gets it back out. Steele. Collingwood hunt him down. Wrapped up. Aish has got him. Ball up.
Still haven't beaten Collingwood yet, though, have they, Dwayne?
Never.
Nope.
Never beaten Collingwood. Played 4 times. And Collingwood won every time, including 42-point margin last time they met. So no wonder the confidence is high. Palmer. Kennedy. Shaw. Whitfield. Devon Smith. Marsh, almost. Mumford fumbles it away. Collingwood fans calling for ball. Big Mummy goes at it again. Marsh stole it from him. Cloak.
Gee, Marsh was good there.
Moore leads for it. It's in his direction. He's in a one-on-one. Davis. Good grab, Davis. Experience there.
Hasn't got the body strength yet, Moore.
No.
Guys, this just shows how much the Giants just haven't had control of the game today. They've just completely lost their running game. Grundy and Cloak are the leading metres gained players on the ground at the moment. It just shows that these boys just have not got the ball in their hands whatsoever. We know they're the best running team in the competition, but you've got the two big guys leading meetings going, you know you're having a bad day.
Yeah, that's a good call, moves. They've just had it taken away from them.
Here's Stevie Johnson's moment. Hasn't had many today, and it bounces unkindly for him. Maynard tracked it, got back, side bottom. Howe doing everything right, Collingwood. Reid, Smith, side bottom, caught by Smith, gone. Steve Johnson to set it up, and he holds it up. Patton calling for it long, it's short instead. Green. Patton leads back to the pocket, ignores it, heads towards Steele. Big fly by Howe. Ward off hands. Tried to squeeze the kick away. White. Blair. Almost the turnover. Adams saves the day to Aish. Wobbly ball. McCaver's direction. Hatful. Tracks down the Sheeran to Kelly. Davis. Floats it up for Mumford. Steele drops it in front. Mumford drops the mark. Blair turns out of trouble. Adams a little flag. Side bottom. Can they land the knockout blow here, Collingwood? DeGoey. Shaw thumps it back outside 50. Smith. Shaw. Steve Johnson with a couple to beat. Big fist from Howe. Haynes. Stevie J tried to flick on. Gets it over to Lobb, and now they run. It opens up for Green. Scott Patton short, needs to hit him. He missed him. Turns it over. And the mark taken by Adams.
It's an interesting shot of the GWS coach's box. A look of resignation from Leon Cameron, because he knows they're just playing so many levels below what they're capable of, but they've been forced into that through incessant pressure today. They're just second-guessing themselves now, the Giants.
Kelly, good contest. Went back and got it. Cornelio. Blair wrapped him up, and he dropped it. Collingwood fans screaming for ball. DeGoey. Sidestep was clever. Chris bumped on the kick. Grundy. And Kennedy thumps it through. The time's running out now. Mumford.
Oh.
Wide for Cameron, if he can get there. Rolling ball. No runners to go to. Only the big man Lobb. Shield.
No one up the line to kick to.
And ball.
What?
He dropped the tackle.
That was
For Solo. They've made their own luck, Collingwood. This has been phenomenal. Smith bangs it wide. Aish. Varco off hands. Slips it to Blair. Bouncing ball. Tough ball. Shaw had him. Feeds it off to Haynes. Heads wide to Lobb. Cloak tracking him. Couldn't get there to make a contest. And it's out of the full. And every finals contender will be watching the Giants get slowly picked apart. They'll be taking notes right now. Sinclair back to the hot spot. Cloak floats in. Thumped away to the boundary.
What we do know, though, Dwayne, is it's one thing to identify how to beat a good team. It's another to be able to apply it and to reproduce the pressure that Collingwood has put on GWS today. Will take an enormous effort from any team.
This could cost the Giants a home final, though. That's how big positions in the 8 are going to be. They're going to lose 6 or 7 percentage points, just as the Cats did last night. Reid jumps in, thumps it down. Grundy, little 1-2 with Sinclair. Marsh, Howe, back in, stripped. A fumble, Green. Collingwood hassling him off it. Cameron jumps in, Howe, Grundy, and they get away with it. Marsh wide to Reid, bunt on the kick. Ward takes off. Inside to Kelly. Oh, he landed like a cat and he's off. Heads towards Steve Johnson, over his head. And he can't keep it alive.
Well, that typifies their day, doesn't it? He had options, Josh Kelly. He could have kept running and had the shot for goal. He had a handball out to the left and he had a chip kick to the right. He went the chip kick and just overplayed it. Trying to be unselfish, but it's indicative of their day.
Johnson's only had 9 touches. Ward's only had 14 as well.
They've been sluggish coming off the bye. The Giants, Collingwood's won both their games since their bye, and this will be 3 wins in a row for Collingwood the way it's travelling.
Yep.
Tomlinson sends it long, hoping for Patton. He couldn't get there. Almost crumbed it. Treloar. It'll taste sweet for him when the siren sounds. Howe goes back. Marsh. Sinclair has to lay a tackle after an ugly delivery. The umpire says it come out. He's going to have to blow the whistle surely.
Sets up a fair game next Saturday night, Collingwood and the Crows in Adelaide.
And luckily for the Giants, their next 4 games are all against teams outside the top 8. Brisbane, Port, Richmond and the Gold Coast. Shield bursts clear, heads to Patton, off hands, good thump away. Cloak, front spot again.
What a game for Travis Cloak.
That's mark number 10, boys.
Yep. Rory Lobb in a little bit of trouble behind play.
Inside kick, a turnover. Steele. Haynes. Patton's going to have to jump. Sets himself. Knocks it to ground. Cameron caught. Shrugged it. Got a handball out. Scully bends it around the body. And he misses. And it's death by 1,000 cuts now for the Giants. Lob in the hands of trainers.
Oh, he gets a knee from a teammate. Right where you don't want the knee. Oh, that takes a while to recover from it. He is very sore and proppy.
That finishes off an ordinary day,
doesn't it?
Get the ice out.
Side bottom. Second grab. Play on. Tipped by Palmer according to the umpire. Nice release handball to Maynard. Crisp. No one to go too long for Treloar.
Cloak.
And he chips it to Cloak, who worked hard all the way from fullback to get there.
You're spot on about Cloak though, Jason. I mean, just his work ethic today has been brilliant. He's got balls on the lead, he's got balls over the back, he's taken contested marks. He's done it all today. It's the old Travis Cloak that we've been waiting for it to come back out.
Yeah, it's his best game of the year by so far.
And we saw him run down to the defence early on. We thought that was a bit strange. He just wants to run.
Varco flicks it out through Treloar. They just haven't been able to find a spark, the Giants. No one's single-handedly been able to lift them. Superstar midfield's been shut down. And number 1 ruckman, Shane Mumford's been shut down by Grundy's performance. Williams.
On there, James. Play on, yours, handball.
Ward. Patton's been quiet since quarter time. Gets there, takes the mark. Jeremy Cameron wants the one over the top. That's his forte. And he fed back onto it nicely.
You won't get a better kick than that. A long, low, penetrating kick very, very quickly from Jonathan Patton. Straight to Jeremy Cameron. He gets a chance to kick his 4th.
So Patton kicked 2 in the opening term and Cameron kicked 2 in the opening term. And they threatened to demolish Collingwood. 24-point lead at quarter time. This is for number 4. The players look at the scoreboard and there's 19 minutes gone on the clock.
There goes the GWS. They're still trying to get back into this game. It is far too late, but Patton has been one of the positives, although he did go to sleep in the middle part of the game. When the ball is coming down with a bit more pace, he's taken some really strong grabs.
You mentioned Collingwood with Adelaide at the Adelaide Oval next week. Got a couple of other finals contenders after that. 3 finals contenders in a row. Adelaide, then North Melbourne, then the West Coast. And in this kind of form, they could do some damage. Adams blasts it long. Big leap, the knockdown by Haynes. Whitfield got there, hassled off it. Side bottom. Sidestep was delightful. Kick a goal. Heads toward the goal mouth. Close.
Oh, he is in everything at the moment, Travis Clegg. That one nearly stuck as well. His bodywork's been outstanding.
Straight down the middle. Shaw backs back. He was crunched. And that could be 50. Sinclair lucky. He kicked it after the free was paid. And the crowd has been silenced since half-time. Mumford. Shield. Bursts free, heads wide. And Cameron line up for number 5.
Yeah, you can still end up with a 5 or 6 goal game, Jeremy Cameron. Continues to work into space. And then a lot of it, just the 11 possessions, but he has kicked 4 goals. Gets a chance here to kick number 5.
Just the 3 marks.
Bends away. Giants next 4 against teams outside the 8. Brisbane, Port, Richmond, the Gold Coast. So still a chance for top 2, but there's a big difference between 4th and 5th heading into the finals. Elimination final or the double chance, and a big difference between 2nd and 3rd as well. 2nd means a home first final, 3rd means an away first final, and this could be massive in terms of its cost for the Giants. Aish wide, side bottom short. Treloar runs, and it'll taste sweet. Here's it to Jesse. Caught, dumped, gone.
Well, if he had got any boot on that, both Varco and Moore were deep in forward line without anyone on them, would have strolled in for the easiest of goals.
Their Brisbane game too, Dwayne, is away up to the Gabba, and that can be a difficult trip sometimes.
Especially in this form. Shield couldn't shake Crest. Got a handball away. Cameron on 50. Shrugs a couple. Bumps it to the goal square. Patton's down there. Ow! Pulls down a ripper.
Oh, that's where he loves it. When he's got the sit, he can have it 3 or 4 steps. Beautiful hands. He's looked good today.
Yeah, it's been one of his best games, I reckon.
20 disposals.
Delivery was good there. Pendlebury. Dumps it to Cloak on the wing, and his hands solid again there. Mark or free kick, take your pick.
He's had a good break in the bite.
He might get another season. Heads wide. Blair, his target. Kicking's let him down though.
He's contracted, isn't he?
He is.
Well, he must love that. Just seeing a couple of players perched underneath the ball, thinking I can just run and jump and sit on their heads.
That's high school stuff, isn't it?
Moore got there, dumped it toward the boundary. Patfull keeps it in, maybe to his detriment. Got back, got it to Shaw. Bends it wide, it rolls.
Deliberate.
That is deliberate. Yeah, that's as deliberate as you'll see. He didn't even turn to look at the decision. He saw he was heading back into defence to try and get organised.
Cloak. Where has this form come from? No way Nona could take a mark first half of this year, and yet today it's been spectacular. Sits it up for Moore, or Grundy. or more. Rolls toward the boundary.
And the type of kick he kicked it in with too, Jace, that's how he wants to kick it goal. Really kick through the ball.
Well, that's the beautiful part about the AFL. Even when you think you know, you never know. Collingwood on the verge of their best win of the season. And maybe a win that can set up a big last third of the season for them. And wins of this type could even be the making of Nathan Buckley as a coach, if they can keep winning games like this against good opposition. When the heat's thrown at them, this is a massive day for Nathan Buckley. Been under pressure all year. Now 3 wins in a row for the Magpies. Steele knocks it wide. Smith to Whitfield. Palmer, Steele, Ward. Again, just blazes away in hope. Lob, good to see he's okay. Cameron wants it long. It's in his direction. Marsh under it. Cameron flicked away. Held it long enough according to the umpire. So 5 goals will look pretty good in the paper tomorrow.
10 metres.
For Jeremy Cameron, but this scoreline won't look good. And it's about the percentage they'll lose as well, the Giants.
Adam, just 2 metres, please. Keep going. Thank you.
Cameron will finish with 5.
Wouldn't say it was a dominant game by Jeremy Cameron, but he's efficient in front of goal. Lob's been quite quiet. Marsh has done a reasonable job, you would say. Jace, he's looked pretty good there at times.
Still a good effort to finish with 5 goals on just an average day when the team hasn't played well.
From the ball up, dying seconds, ball not down to Adams. Hands long, Travis! Oh, how good has his hands been all afternoon?
That's mark number 12, boys.
Just a metre, please.
5 of those contested.
I think mark number 12 is the best one, isn't it?
Yep.
That is a cracker.
15 gone.
Just hope he can put this one through. He's had plenty of shots from this part of the ground on all the grounds.
For number 4. He hasn't just been good, he's been inspiring.
Well, he deserves that sort of reward, Travis Cloke. He's one of the best players on the ground, no doubt about that. Well, maybe it's been a long time coming, this performance. He's been up and down, he's been dropped, he's been scrutinised by all and sundry. That is a superb mark over the top, running at pace. 1 grab. Oh, brilliant.
In the second half, he's had 12 disposals, 9 marks and 3 goals.
And he's marked the ball all over the ground.
Huge second half.
From the restart, Treloar, what a beautiful afternoon of his career. Heads wide to side bottom. Jesse White, maybe his best game for the club. Cloke wants one more.
He's had 10 marks, White.
Sits it up. Where's Clokey? More front spot. Cloke might crumb it. Stolen from him. Ward. 10 seconds left. Blows it towards the wing. Howe gets there, cuts it off, feeds it back. Finals might be out of reach for Collingwood, but the wins still taste sweet, especially against the odds. No one thought they could win it. And they spanked the Giants in the end, demolished them, and maybe demolished their top 2 chances with it.
Plenty of Collingwood supporters have travelled up, and I'm sure there's plenty of them that live in Sydney that have thoroughly enjoyed this one. On what was very good conditions for football at Spotless Stadium. Having a ball watching this after it looked like they were going to get dominated in the first quarter, and that man there, Leon Cameron, he's got a few headaches. That wasn't the performance he was expecting, and it's exposed a few issues.
What's going through his mind, Jace?
Well, he's just got the wake-up call saying, no, we're actually not travelling as well as we thought we were. And when things don't go our way, we need to work harder to try and right the ship.
This is similar to Chris Scott. Chris Scott's come out and said half his side's out of form.
Plenty of Giants in the same boat today, particularly the midfielders.
Great day for Adam Treloar. Traded over summer, decided to leave the Giants. Collingwood having a horror season. Comes back to his old home ground under immense pressure to perform. He performed. But what about the pressure on Travis Cloke? Has been one of the stories of the season, and the story again.